Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CarPal. Welcome to another preview session with us. Here today we are at the launch of Honda's WRV. The WRV stands for Winsome Roundabout Vehicle and is based on the Jazz, and it's in fact the crossover version of the Honda Jazz. That being said, it's the WRV is for the Jazz, like how the i20 Active is for the Elite i20, the Fiat Aventura is for the Fiat Punto Evo, the Toyota Etios Cross is for the Toyota Liva, and as you can see, there are so many other hatchback and crossover siblings in the market already. Now, given that it's actually based on the Jazz, so it gets the same engine. So it gets the 1.2 liter IV Tech 90 horsepower engine and a 1.3 liter ID Tech 100 horsepower engine. Now, the thing is, the WRV launched probably a week or so back, and therefore there's a lot of information about it already. Now, so what we're going to do is focus subjectively on the strengths and weaknesses of the WRV as a product, right? So given that, let's just start directly with strengths. First strength being that this is in fact a whole new vehicle. By a whole new vehicle, I'm talking about significant design and dimension changes that make it a whole new vehicle, because it's not just a lifted Jazz. Right? You can see the raised bonnet, the raised hood, the completely redesigned front face, scuff plates over here. There are significant changes at the rear also, and there's also mechanical changes to the WRV when it comes to steering and suspensions, therefore making it a whole new vehicle that the market will also understand it's a whole new vehicle. Now, the other strengths are in fact in the inside. So let's just go inside and have a look. Another strength of the WRV is the fact that this is the DigiPad, and it's a touchscreen infotainment system that you could have also seen in the Honda City, in the recently facelifted Honda City. So this, the biggest advantage of this is that it's becoming a segment standard given touchscreen infotainment systems, and I'm glad Honda brought this in with the WRV, which would mean that the Jazz will also get it in the next midlife facelift. So strength number 3 here, interestingly, is this one over here, right? This is an electric sunroof, and I'm glad Honda brought this in because it's a welcome change, especially in an industry where electronic gadgetry. I mean, with electronic gadgetry, there's some sort of standardization and saturation happening, right? This structural change comes as a welcome feature add-on, because not only does it not only does it up its game by bringing in sunroof to an affordable segment of the car industry, it also offers comfort and convenience because it offers a lot more natural light to come into the cabin and therefore make occupants more comfortable, right? The fourth strength, however, is this guy over here. This is a center armrest, and given that the WRV is positioned as a lifestyle vehicle and therefore is expected to be taken on long drives, this will come as a welcome add-on, because during long drives the pain point is that you don't have anything to support your left arm, and therefore this would come in as a pretty comfortable feature. Now, the fifth point, however, is the fact that Honda has offered safety as standard, right? You have ABS and airbag as standard across all the variants, and that's big for Honda because Honda usually gives only the safety features towards the top end variants, and with this being standard, I think it's just great. It's a great step by Honda. Now, coming to weaknesses again. When there are strengths, there are also weaknesses, and what I found are the biggest weaknesses for the WRV is the fact that there are only 2 variants in the picture here. There's S and the VX. That means you get the basic and then you get everything else. This makes it a little difficult for car buyers at this price point to look at other options, to choose a WRV, whereas there are so many other options out there. The second weakness, however, right now is the fact that it misses out on an automatic transmission, right? Given the fact that other competition, other crossovers and even compact SUVs don't have an automatic transmission at this price point, I think Honda would have won that sort of segment, because automatic transmission is growing to be a preferred type of transmission these days, and Honda missed out on that opportunity with the WRV as well. The third point, however, being the fact that at this price point, when the Honda WRV is sort of chasing the Ford EcoSport petrol variants, at least when it comes to price, I think it should have been given a 1.5 liter iVTEC rather than the 1.2 liter iVTEC. Because the Ford EcoSport has a 1.5, which boasts of 112 horsepower, whereas this one's a 1.2 that boasts of 90 horsepower. It's a significant performance difference over there, which Honda could have capitalized on if they had brought in the 1.5 that's available in the City and the BRV. Now, fourth weakness here is the fact that the Jazz gets magic seats, whereas this one doesn't. So it's a feature where you can sit at the rear seat and fold the front seat in such a way that you can stretch your legs all the way up front to the dashboard, and sort of mimicking how a business class seat would look like in an airline. Right? And the fifth point, however, being the fact that Honda doesn't give you reverse parking sensors, right? Especially when it's going to be a norm when it comes to safety features. I think even though you get a reverse parking camera with the display up front, I think the lower variants miss out on the reverse parking sensor at this price point also. So I think that sort of sums up the strengths and weaknesses of the WRV as a product. So in case you're looking at the WRV to buy one, or in case you're looking at any other vehicle in Chennai, CarPal is always here to give you a test drive at home and to promise you a great price and also ensure that you have a completely stress-free car buying experience. So log on to our website, and in case you want anything, we're always here. Have a great day.